Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Is Avi Green here?
Avi's here.
Avi. Good afternoon, everybody, and happy 4th of July. It's wonderful, of course, to be in the Palisades celebrating a good Washington, D.C. 4th of July. And I want to thank the Palisades Citizens Association. Give them a big round of applause. Avi Green and all of the leadership of the Palisades Citizens Association. This is the 51st Palisades 4th of July parade. So we're very happy to be here. And we are doubly happy because this year we also get to celebrate the groundbreaking for the Palisades Recreation Center. I want to acknowledge all the members of the council who are here, starting with your council member, the Ward 3 council member, Mary Che. Give Mary Che a big round of applause. We're also joined by the chairman of the council, Phil Mendelson. Give Phil a round of applause. And neighboring council members from Ward 4, Brandon Todd. And from Ward 2, Jack Evans. And I know there are other members of the council who I've seen walking along the parade route, and if they join us, we're going to give them a big Palisades welcome as well. Let me just say a little bit about what's happening here for these young people, us middle people, and even us older people. It's all going to happen here at the Palisades Recreation Center. So before we begin talking about the center, I also want to thank my staff at the Department of Parks and Recreation because they do a fantastic job for us, and my staff at the Department of General Services, who is our construction arm for DC. So what we're celebrating is $9.5 million of investment in the Palisades Recreation Center. And I want to thank everybody in the community who has worked very hard to get us here so that we can have a center that preserves the rich history of the Palisades, because we're going to preserve this beautiful shell of the recreation center, right? And when we're done, we're going to have renovations that include a half-court gymnasium, a fitness room, new gathering spaces for teens, new gathering spaces for seniors, and a 6,000 square foot addition near the outdoor terrace and new lawn. So that's your new Palisades Recreation Center. This renovation project is also helping us secure our spot as the sustainability capital of the world. The upgrades to the facility are being done in an eco-friendly way and in an energy efficient way, and it is designed to meet LEED Gold certification. So I want to thank everybody who is working to make DC greener, stronger, and more inclusive. So I want to invite now Councilmember Che to speak for the Ward 3 community. Councilmember Che.
Thank you very much, and thank you, Mayor. You know, I'm just delighted to be here, and I want to thank the Palisades Citizens Association and all the people who helped out in this. As some of you may know who have been involved in this, people had a lot of different ideas, and sometimes they weren't always in sync. But the community met and met and met, and ultimately what happened, and I want to applaud everybody for this, we came to a consensus where everybody could agree and celebrate what we're about to do today. So the community is the one that really deserves a round of applause. So let's... You know, Chief Justice Roberts gave a speech at his one of his children's schools, and he said, give a round of applause to the audience, which they did. And then he said, in the future now, I can tell everybody that my speech was interrupted by applause. Thank you for that. In any case, it's so appropriate that we do this on the 4th of July, on Independence Day, because there's nothing greater than the liberty of the people in their communities, and we're going to have a great time with this new rec center. I want to thank also, as the mayor did, the director of Parks and Recreation, Keith Anderson, who's been at many of the meetings, and as we've tried to work through a consensus view. And so I want to thank him, and I want to thank the Department of General General Services for what they will do when they build this. So thank you as well. And have a good time.
Thank you, Council Member. So I am going to quickly ask for our community members to come forward. I'm going to start with Avi Green, and it's Stephen Gardner, Commissioner Gardner, who is the ANC 3D Commissioner. Avi. Yay, Avi!
Just want to say a quick thank you to Mayor Bowser and Councilwoman Che for being really personally invested in this process. Like they said, it was a true consensus process on the design. And we're just so excited to have a community center that will be the centerpiece of the Palisades and our neighborhood communities for the next few generations. So we're so appreciative. Thank you for the resources, and thank you for all the expertise.
Thank you, Avi. Commissioner.
I'm Steve Gardner. I'm chair of ANC 3D. I see a lot of my fellow commissioners in front of me. We are very privileged to have the Palisades as part of our ANC. So this was obviously a long road to get here, but we stand before a building that's going to be refurbished, preserved, and modernized. And we thank the mayor for that. We thank Councilmember Che for that, and DPR and DGS. So thank you all very much. It's a privilege for us to be part of the Palisades.
Thank you. Thank you, Commissioner. And it is fun because I think 2 years ago, after walking the parade, I walked around the whole facility with members of the Citizens Association and the ANC. And I'm just so delighted that everybody has worked so hard to get us to this point. I now want to invite up the leaders of our agencies. DPR and our fantastic DPR staff are going to make sure this place is programmed and humming and working for the community. And DGS, who will be our construction partner, who is the construction arm of D.C. government. So would Keith Anderson and Spencer Davis join me at the podium?
Yes, thank you, Madam Mayor, and good afternoon, Palisades. I'm Keith Anderson, the proud director of D.C.'s Department of Parks and Recreation, and it is a pleasure to be here today. Palisades is a very active community, and we are thankful and supportive of our Friends of group, the Civic Association, and the local ANC. Please give them a hand. Woo! The Palisades Recreation Center is a hidden gem. It is home to numerous activities such as soccer, tennis, skateboarding, and baseball. Movies are shown right here in this park. There's a thriving community garden, and some of the local produce at the area's farmers market on weekends comes from this community garden. Yes. That's just a few of the things that we have to offer here at Palisades. We're excited to renovate this historic facility. We will still maintain the historic integrity of the site, and by adding an annex, we will be able to offer Ward 3 more services and programs for our youth, our teens, and our seniors. So cheers to the groundbreaking, and happy 4th of July. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Good morning to everyone. Good morning to Congresswoman Norton. I think I've seen her somewhere around. It is a pleasure to be here with our mayor and all our distinguished council members that are here as well, and our partner agency, DPR, to represent the groundbreaking of the modernization of the Palisades Recreational Center. My name is Spencer Davis. I'm the Chief Operating Officer for DGS, and I'm proud to be here representing the hard work of all of the DGS's members and partners of the community of the Palisades Association, the ANC, and DPR as well, to get us to this point of the project. When we look at this work when we look at the work we do as DGS, nothing makes us happier than to be a part of a project that elevates the quality of the life of the employees and the residents of D.C. Today, groundbreaking is an example of DGS' commitment to work with the residents to ensure the design modernization facilities to meet the program needs of the community. We appreciate the community engagement to this point, and when the construction is complete, your new facility will be eligible for the LEED certification and upgrade amenities. In addition to Design Qualities Project, we are also committed to ensuring that local CBEs are given an opportunity to work with DGS. I am proud to report the architectural firm and general contractor NCN, Bill, and other members of the construction team are CBE contractors. I would like to say thank you again to the DGS team and their members who are working on this project, especially Chirac and Jackie, who I'm sure y'all know very well. Woo-hoo! who has worked with the community for these past 2 years to get us to this point. Thank you again.
Thank you. Thank you, Spencer. And so we're going to have one more speaker, and then we're going to get to shoveling some sand. And I'm just so pleased that when everybody looks around this campus, you can see wonderfully renovated fields, splash park, as well as a new playground and parking facilities. And now we're rounding out the completion with this new renovation. So with that, I also want to recognize the chairman of this council to speak on behalf of the entire council, Chairman Mendelson.
No attribution, just use it. Thank you, Mayor Bowser. Thank you all for being here. I'm going to try to be very brief, even though Jack wants me to say a quip or two. Thank you to the Palisades community. The Palisades community is one of the great communities in the city, very active, and the city responds when there is this kind of community activism, so thank you. I also want to thank the mayor for following through with this, and I'm pleased that the council was able to come up with the funding so that we can move forward with preserving, in fact, improving this hidden gem, as Keith said. Thank you all very much.
Thank you. And we don't often get to have our congressional delegation with us at groundbreakings, but I am pleased that because of this special parade that they are here. Senator Paul Strauss and Senator Michael Brown. Give them a big round of applause. Yay. And our Congresswoman is also here, Eleanor Holmes Norton. Give her a big round of applause. So we should all of our platform guests join our little residents, and we're going to turn some sand.
It's better than pounding sand.
Okay. Oh, you have a great shovel. Okay, on the count of three, we're going to say Palisades. We have it ready in?
All right.
There's one. There's one? Okay. Okay. 1, 2, 3, Palisades! All right, now let's pose for one. Everybody get it close. Oh, no, you okay?
All that duck.
All right, one more. Okay, everybody, let's pose for one. Thank you so much. Right here. Okay. Hold on.